Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Polly's Pretties. I know this is not my normal day for a live, but I thought we'd come to a live and have a little bit of a play with some punches and some paper. So let's go ahead and come down to the desk. I'll show you what I'm doing here. I've cut out a bunch of circles in black and red. And now, to show you guys what I'm doing, I'm going to grab my scallop circle punch here, and I'm going to get my black cardstock, and I'm just going to start cutting out some of these cute little scallop circles, however many I decide. Oops. I think we'll go with 6. 6 might be the lucky number, maybe. So we'll go with 6. We'll move our black cardstock there out of the way, and then I'm going to come to my red. Oh, wait a minute here. I got it. I'll get that back. I know what I'm doing. Geez. They're used to doing it in an order here. Okay, so there's 6 of that. Now we can move that guy's side. Grab back my black, because I almost forgot a piece here. Okay, so I did 6. Okay, so we're just going to come up along the other side of the paper here and get 6 of these little round ones like this. I figured we could have a play and make some cute embellishments while we were at it. All right. Now I think we have enough there. Okay. So we'll move this. We'll put our black aside for now. We're going to take our red ones. You want to find your halfway point. Okay, I'm going to call that halfway. And you just whoop, and that's 1. And then you put it with one of your black ones like this and one of these black ones and set it aside. I'm going to do that for all 6 of the ones that I cut. And then we'll move to the next step. Because at that point, we're ready. There, and there. Okay, and if it's not exactly half, that's kind of really okay because it isn't about perfection. It's about fun. It's about creating something you can use. And if you don't have punches or dies, you can do what I'm doing by finding 2 different size round bottles. Or, yeah, roughly 2. Okay, so there we go. Now we have all of our black and red cut like this. Okay, so we're going to come in and we're going to make something out of this now. I'm going to grab my glue, and I'm debating, yeah, I guess we'll grab old Elmer's. Elmer's will work. It's just paper, and all I have here is just your regular Elmer's glue all. You can get this pretty much anywhere. I'm just going to open my bottle here. So these will be things that you will have to spend some time drying. It's not a big thing. This does glue fairly fast. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now I'm going to start with my largest, and then I will move down. I think that'll be the easiest for me. So let me get some of this other nonsense here out of the way. We don't need that. I can move these because I've already used these. This is just a set of circle dies that I had that I used to cut out some of my bigger ones. Like I said, you could use dies. You can use punches like I was doing. You can use, honestly, anything round to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to move some of these kind of out of the way so I can bring in what I'm working on without killing everything, hopefully. All right, there we go. Yeah, let's go that way. I think that'll work. All right, now I have cut some really big ones. I've cut some medium-ish ones. I've cut small ones. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to use them. We're going to play because I think they'll be fun. So what we're going to do, here's our 2 black ones. For our base, let me bring it down just a squitch more. There we go. Sorry about that if I made you a little dizzy. We're going to put some glue on this bottom edge And you don't have to use a ton. I mean, like, don't soak it. But you want to get enough glue on here that it's going to stick. Okay. We're just going to put some glue on there. We're going to take our big circle and lay it up here like this. Looky there, part of it's already made. And I'm going to wipe my finger on my little rag over here. Okay, now we're going to grab our two red, well, they're kind of two now, they were one. And we're going to carefully and slowly adhere these. Okay, now you don't want to put a ton of glue on this either. You just want enough to really hold it. So I'm only going to go about to here, as you can see. And I'm just going to put a bit of glue. And then we're going to come in, smear our glue around. You can do it however you wish. I'm just using the old finger. We're going to have this guy sit about here. We're going to press that down. We're going to turn this other one over. Same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Okay. We are going to spread the glue. So hopefully it holds our piece here in place. All right. Then we're going to take this one and we're going to kind of overlap where this other one is at the top, just like so. Oh, looky here. We have something showing up. Okay, now I'm going to keep my little dots to the best of my ability the same size. So what I'm going to do is I've got my little hole puncher and I've got my scrap of black where I've cut out all my stuff here. And I don't know how many of these I'll need. So I'm just going to go around. I've emptied my hole punch beforehand so that hopefully these, whoopsie, when I do it right, will stay inside the little thing there and we can poke them right out like this. And I'm just going to punch quite a few here because you want to put them on the back of our little friend here. And then like I said, I'm using the edges of the scrap paper from where I already cut the big pieces out. So I think I'll stop there for a minute till I see how many of those I need, how many we end up using. And again, with these, even though they're tiny, I'm just going to grab my smaller bottle of glue here. I am. Okay, there we go. Smaller bottle of glue. And I'm just going to use it and put some drops here and there. And then I'll put my little black dots on. And these, you just stagger them however you want them. Oh, let me get this guy running. Okay, so we'll start with that. All I'm going to do, since I have the glue down, is just press my little black spot into place. Like that. And then as this glue dries, it does dry clear. So I may need to punch out a few more. I don't know yet. We'll see. But here's what we're making today. We're going to make some cute little ladybugs. I'm just trying to stagger where these little black dots would be so that they're not all, whoopsie, so they're not all bunched up on each other. If you don't have a hole punch, and some folks, I guess, don't, you could always take a black marker or a black gel pen and make your little dots yourself. Where did I just put that? There it is. Forgot where I'd put my hole punch, for heaven's sake. Okay, we're going to do a few more here because I'm definitely going to need a few more for this one. And as you see, once I punch them out, I just dump them out here on the paper where I can see them and find them. This hole punch here is a pretty old hole punch. Sometimes it likes to lock up on me. Okay, there it went. All right. So we'll go with those and see how many more I need after the fact. Like I said, just kind of stagger them where you want them on your ladybug. As you can see, they're starting to dry already, which is good. So that our ladybug will be all gorgeous with her black and red. Okay, let's go ahead and put some of these in place. Okay, I think that wing is pretty good. So now we can work some more on this other one. Okay, you need a little bit more here. Whoa, didn't mean to throw that on the floor. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to cut my paper. Put my scissors away. How silly. Okay. And this will let me have access to a little bit more room to punch out some more little spots for our ladybug show. All right. I will pause there till I see how we do. There we go. She's looking more ladybug all the time. I think that's probably all we'll need on this one. And it is. We're good. Okay. So there's our first little ladybug. She now can go over and dry. And the reason I used this scrap paper underneath is because I knew some of the glue would go through, but that's okay. So here's our first little one. Quite cute. We're going to put it aside over here to dry. Okay. I'm going to bring the other big one in, and we'll go ahead and do it while we're here. I've got one little black dot left, so I know I'm going to need more of those. So again, we're just going to bring our bigger black circle up, press it down so that our glue will hold it. We're going to grab our red circle that we've cut in half, flip it over a bit, add some glue here. Place our ladybug's wing in place here. Get our second wing ready. And bring it in. We're going to slightly overlap. Okay. And then we start with our little black dots again. This time I'm going to try to see if I can use this branding strip that I cut from the paper and see if I can get, oh yes I can, okay, some little dots out of it instead of wasting it, you know? Don't want you on there yet, buddy. Okay. I think I'm missing any somewhere. I don't know. And that's what I meant by it likes to lock up on me. That was just on time right there. I'm just gonna rip that off, get it out of my way here. Like I said, it's just the branding strip basically part. So I'm just trying to use it instead of wasting it. Okay, let's start with that and see how we go. All right, so, and you could use gems for this part. I just wanted to kind of do it with paper, that way it's more flat, so that if I want to mail these to someone, I could. I hear you. And I think that these little ladybugs will look super cute on, I wouldn't use this big a one on a card necessarily, but on scrapbook page, sure. I did, like I said, make a few different sizes here. And they're all going to go together basically the same way. As we get to the smaller ones, since this is the only size hole punch I have, I think this is a bit large, so I may just draw my dots on there. As soon as I finish this one, obviously we're going to move down a size, and then we'll keep going until we get some of these made. Hello, Marlene. How are you? Oh, thank you. Let me show you the finished big one because we're doing the big mamas first. Okay, so this was our first big mama. And I'm just showing how you can take paper and make these and have cute embellishments for scrapbooks, for cards, whatever your heart wants to use it for, and you don't have to have dies, you don't have to have punches. You can just literally take two plastic bottles that are different sizes, one smaller, obviously. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. I know that I myself have been dealing with a little bit of Um, I'm hoping it just goes away on its own. I know the allergies are kicking my tushy. So, but I was gonna say, with these ladybugs, you don't really need special tools. A pair of scissors and something round, and you could trace the circles out. You just need one smaller and one bigger. So, and I'm just using my hole punch to make the dots right now. But as I said, as I go down to these small ones, we'll probably end up drawing with a black marker or gel pen the dots on, because these dots would be too big for some of them. And this is the smallest hole punch I have. So, but I wanted to come in and show folks that you can make some cute little embellishments and you don't have to have specialty items to do so. And you could make them in different sizes depending on like what you're using. So I thought this would be kind of fun. I haven't done ladybugs. I do flowers a lot. And like I said here, this is just a branding strip from the paper that I'm using to cut the dots out of so that I don't waste anything. That way, I'm not wasting a bunch of paper for little itty bitty dots. I'm actually trying to use my scraps up too. I don't know where that other one went. It ran away. I don't know. Crazy. I punch two and get one. I think my hole punch is eating them. And like I said, the hole punch I'm using here, this silver one, is old as dirt. It really is. This thing's been with me since the very beginning. So sometimes it likes to stick. It doesn't always want to do as it's told. Yeah, very much so. But I thought this would be a cute little thing. And these bigger ones, like I said, I wouldn't put these on a card necessarily unless you're making a really big card. But I do have smaller sized ones around that I'm going to work on too. And show people that you can use different size circles, that you can use different shaped circles. You don't have to have a regular plain circle. I mean, I've got a lot here to show. And we're just going to work with it and make some cute little embellishments to have to use on whatever we seem fit. For me, I was thinking the great big ones as well as the smaller ones for a scrapbook page. Of course, if I was going to make a card, I'd probably use one of my more medium-sized ones and then maybe a couple small ones, depending on the card. So, but yeah. I know that tonight is not my normal night to go live, but I thought it'd be fun. Why not, Rory is doing good. She's rotten as the day is long still. But she's doing good. She's been taking a little bit of a break. She had a bout there where she wasn't feeling so hot. We don't think she was sick. There was like no fever or anything like that. She just wasn't feeling it. So I said, okay, we'll take a break and Mom will make cards and I'll do crafty stuff and, we'll go from there. Yes, honey. No, what do you say? Yes, I'm doing a live, yes. So, yes. But Rory, as a matter of fact, just come in to say, hey, are you doing a live? Yeah. So that her and her daddy would know. Because when I'm doing the lives. They pop in now and then, but if it's something she's not taking part in, they try to stay out in the other room. So, but like I said, I wanted to come on. I wanted to make a little something, and I can't do the ticket strips. That's not my thing to show as a tutorial. Though I love making them. Boy, I've been having so much fun with those. Oh my goodness. And I have so many more ideas. Oh my. Somebody's gonna have to take the ticket strip video away from me because I'll keep making them. But I wanted to do something, have a little bit of fun, get out of the box, you know what I mean? Because coloring's great and all like that. And I did bring a new coloring artist to show everyone that I found on Instagram, and the pages were amazing. There's a video up for that. But I also just wanted to show people, we can make some of our own embellishments. We don't have to go buy them. Plus, they're getting so expensive to buy. I mean, my goodness. I about fell over. I was looking at this really cute little flower set online. I thought it'd be like maybe, for 6 flowers, like maybe $2, right? Oh no, not even close. I was not even close to the price. And I was like, oh, for 6 flowers, forget you. I will make my own. See you later. Maybe that's cheap of me, but I don't want to pay outrageous prices for something I know I can make. So, and that what's kind of also what prompted these ladybugs. Although I have been doing what they call punch art with some of my punches, and trying to get them to look at least close to what the punch art looks like. Sometimes that's a little harder said than done. But I just, I'm not, I've decided for me, I'm not going to pay outlandish prices on like flowers and stuff I can make. If it's something I know I can't make or I don't have the dies to make or something, that's different. But if it's something where all the stuff is sitting here, I'm not doing it. I mean, it's crazy the price they want crafters to pay for some of this now. I just am blown away by some of the pricing. So for me, it's going to be a no, thank you. I'll make it myself. See you later. So I figured, hey, I'll show some folks how to make these. Maybe people don't know, maybe people don't know. And I figured do it live. That way, if somebody wanted to come in and say hi, they could. Excuse me. That way, if somebody wanted to come say hi, they could. Wow. Okay. So I started with the big Bahama Mama ones because these ones I know will be a little longer in the drying field than the littler ones. But that's all right because I wanted to have a couple really big ones on the page. I may actually do a live scrapbooking on that. At least showing how I place the embellishment parts. I haven't done a live scrapbook for a little while either. That could be fun again. Maybe we'll do that. So, and I've been trying to challenge myself to make some different cards that I haven't made before. I will go ahead and say that on May 4th, keep an eye on my channel because May the 4th be with you. So, and as most of you who have watched me know, we love Star Wars. So, that should give you a hint. My goodness, this thing is getting really cranky in its old age. But yeah, I'm trying to bring about a few different elements to the channel here and show a few different new things to maybe help either newer scrapbookers out, newer card makers out, or even some of the older ones who just maybe didn't think of it. I like ladybugs, so I figured ladybugs would be a good start. I'm formulating ideas on some other things. Don't know if I'll get them there yet, but I'm formulating ideas. And hopefully my nails will grow a little faster so I can actually pick up things. Because I'm learning that without my nails, I don't seem to be able to pick anything up. Okay. And the thing I like about this craft is though I used bigger pieces of the paper for the bodies of this, as I go down in size, I can use scrap paper. So that's always a plus. And it's a plus when my hole punch works with me. Like I said, it's old and cranky. A lot of my tools are getting to that stage of old and cranky. But if they ain't broke, don't fix it, right? At least that's where I'm saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, and I'm just using a very basic, cheap glue tonight. I'm not even using anything, horrendous expensive there. It is literally Elmer's glue, which you can buy anywhere. I wish I could say my nails grow fast. I cut mine probably, oh gosh, it's been at least 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that's what I've got. That's the extent of it. So, yeah, mine don't seem to grow so fast. And then when they do grow out, mine are so, like, I guess they call it brittle. I think that's the word. That they break major easy. And they never break in a good way. They always seem to break so that I have to cut them. So yeah. I've fought with having or trying. Let me put that, let me rephrase it. I've fought with trying to have nice nails for a long time and just have learned that nah. Just I'm going to take what I get and call it good. Okay, so I need probably 2 or 3 more of these little ones to finish that side of her back. Okay. And like I said, I'm not using super fancy tools. I'm not even looking for any kind of perfection. All I want is something cute. That's all I'm going for tonight. So it can be lopsided. It could be the wrong color. You know, it's just whatever you feel. Mine, it's weird. I think my toenails are super thick because they're really hard to cut, which sounds yuck. Um, but my fingernails just, I don't know. They just have their own mind. They don't want to do what I tell them. That's for sure. Okay, so here is Big Ladybug number 2. And like I said, I use nothing special. Now we're going to move down a size. Okay, I'm going to move her over here. We're going to let her dry. And then I'm going to use her somewhere else because I think she's pretty. Now here's the next size down I did. And like I said, if you had bottles instead of using dies or punches, draw around your bottle and then cut it out by hand. Fussy cut it. It'll give you the same thing, and it doesn't matter if it's perfectly circle or if it's perfectly in half. I mean, mine aren't perfect. I mean, the ones I cut in half, I guarantee you they're not strictly in half. They're in half to the best of my ability. We'll put it that way. But are they perfect? No. Never had a perm or acrylic nails. Well, I've had a perm, but it's been a good long time, and I don't think I want to test another one because the lady who did mine, I went to get a spiral, and she burnt not only my hair, but she burnt my scalp. So I have avoided perm since then. And as far as acrylic nails, I've never had acrylics. Now I've had those cheapy knockoff ones that you buy from like Dollar Tree or something, and I've put those on. But I'm a person who moves and does things, always have been. So me wearing fake nails is kind of ha ha ha. They pop off faster than you can get them stuck on. I'm just going to say that with me. Um, I don't know why it is. The glue never holds them, and I've even tried super glue, as crazy as that is. Um, and even with super glue, give me 20 minutes and them nails are popping like as if it was popcorn. Fake nails and me don't seem to work. And I also don't see paying what they want for the, what do they call them, acrylics. I don't know. I mean, I guess if I was going to something fancy, like say maybe a wedding or something, you know, maybe. But no, I just can't pay $100 for a set of nails that you're going to wear maybe a month, and then they're going to show your nails anyway because they as your nails grow. So it's like, I can't justify that $100. I just can't. For me, it's like no, I just can't bring myself to go do that. I've had people offer to even pay, like a couple girlfriends of mine have offered to pay for me to go with them and get my nails done, and they'll pay to have them done. And I sit there and I think about the price they are, and I'm like, oh no, 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 no. That is just not something I'm gonna do. That's money you could use for your house, for your car, for your food, for your kids. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I guess that's my mindset is I think about it in that aspect. There's other things I could use that huge amount of money they're asking for, you know? There's too many things, too many things. Especially as a crafter, obviously. Um, so I've never had the whole acrylic nails thing. I mean, like I said, I've had people offer, and it's beautiful that they offer, and I appreciate it. But that's just not my bag. It's just not my bag. I mean, give me a nice haircut, so that my hair's not dragging all over the place and looking like a ratty mess. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm okay. I mean, like I don't go for all of the fancy. Now I used to do makeup and I used to do my hair every day and stuff like that. And that was okay because that was stuff I could all do at home. And I'm not a professional, but I do know how to do some of the nail designs, and we actually have the tools to do some of them. And so I'm just like, I'll do my own, you know. I mean, maybe I'm not as fancy as some of the artists out there cuz yeah, they can get kind of wow. I mean, I've seen some that are they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. I'm not going to say they're not. But like I said, in my mind, I think of all the things I could use that money for. So, and fake nails ain't one of them. Fake nails ain't going to get me anything. Because I'm going to break it. I guarantee you, even if it's an acrylic, I guarantee I'll break it doing dishes one night. Or I'll break it doing laundry. Because I'm just not, I don't want to word this. I'm not a delicate flower. There we go. I'm not a delicate flower. I think I'm more fit in the whole tomboy spectrum of things. Um, I really think I do. I'm more of the, go tromping around in the woods when I could. I mean, if my wheelchair would go, I'd still go. I would. I'd still go out in the woods. But I'm not someone who ever went in for the super girly. I mean, doing my hair and my makeup was one thing. the super girly thing where your nails are done every day, and no, I couldn't do that. I don't know. I just don't have the whatever it is to do that, I guess. So, but I mean, there's ladies that do it all the time, and I mean, I sit there and I think, wow, okay, if you've got the time and you've got the money, enjoy. Just I'm not one of them. Give me my coloring supplies, give me my crafting stuff. Let me go for a stroll in the sunshine. Let me look at nature. Can't get as close to it as I used to, but let me go look at it. I'll never forget one spring we had went to take a walk around our little local park here, and I wasn't expecting to see much. It was really early, and I'll be darned if we didn't find. And he was only about yay big. He was just a little dude, just a little frog, just tiny little frog. He was just sitting there like, "Hi, how you doing?" I was so tickled from seeing a frog. Does that tell you anything about me? And of course, I had to stop and point it out to everybody. So, yeah, you know. I mean, here I am pointing out this itty bitty little frog to my daughter, to my son, to my husband. I was just so tickled there was a frog there. Or like if I see a bunny when we're out walking and I'll see one of the little bunnies hopping along. Look, 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 look. That's me. That's my level of glam right there. Or the coffee squirrel. We used to pick on my son about that pretty heavy. I swear that squirrel wanted his coffee though. That was another morning we went to the park early. But we get squirrels that come right into the front yard here. Um, we have rabbits that have a nest, a burrow in our yard. So we have to watch when we mow. And we get the little babies. Not that I mind, because I think animals are cute. I just love it. See, that's the funny thing. We didn't know the squirrel was going to be there. And we're going down around the park, and our park kind of makes a loop. And so we'd went on the backside and went in the backside and come out through the front. And then was going to come up through by the Dollar General, grab some stuff that we needed later on that day, and then come home. Well, as we're going down through, it's morning, it's early, it's early. I'm talking like it must have been 7 o'clock. And we're just a rolling on by, doing our thing, not bothering anything, trying to be kind of quiet, just wanting to get out and get that air and, be out in nature. And the next thing we know, our son's lagging behind, okay? And I figured he was going to be because he had worked the night before and he was really, just dragging that morning. And so as he comes around to the front bend of the park, we're like wondering what he's doing because he's standing there looking all kinds of weird. And I'm like, what in the heck are you doing? And he goes, Mom, there's a squirrel in the path and it won't let me by. I'm like, it's a squirrel. You walk, it moves. He's like, no, Mom, this squirrel is staring at my coffee cup. And I'm like, what? So I, backed up, went to look and see what was going on, right? Because, squirrel, seriously. They're what? This big? You know. I'm like, come on, you're like 6 foot tall. This squirrel's not 6 foot tall, and if it is, we're calling Guinness. Okay. So we're going through, and I like I said, I went back to see what was going on because I'm like, okay. So me going back prompted everybody else to go back. So as we go back, I'm looking at my son, and sure enough, right in the middle of the pathway where he is walking, there's this little brown squirrel, and it's just looking at his coffee cup like, dude, give me your coffee. And so we joke because there was I'm not sure if they call it a comic strip or if it's a web comic or how that's deemed, but Foamy the squirrel. Okay. So we started joking with Tad that the squirrel was Foamy the squirrel, and yeah, he wanted his coffee. And Tad's like, yeah, this is my coffee. But it was funny because to get the squirrel to move, Tad had to actually dump part of his coffee on the sidewalk. The little squirrel wouldn't move. And we laughed and we laughed and we laughed because we're like, okay, that squirrel is like, yeah, somebody has a pet squirrel that got loose. But oh, it's funny. It's hilarious. Like we picked on him so hard about it. And the funny thing is, Tad was like, "Mom, this guy won't move," and I'm like, "Tad, come on now, you know." And but it was funny. He was telling the truth. The squirrel was just like, "No, man, you ain't getting by." And you would think like these squirrels and stuff would be terrified because we have a dog, like the ones that come up in our yard. Nope, they'll stand right there and look at him. Brownie can be standing right there, and the squirrel's gonna stand there and look at him. I'm like, okay, so you're psycho then, because Brownie won't bite. He just wants to play. Okay, so Brownie wants to play with everything. He wants to play with the squirrels. He wants to play with the birds. He wants to play with the bunnies. But the thing is, he's so like bigger than a lot of them. So they look at him and they're like, and they run off. And then Brownie's like, Mom, I want the bunny. So we laugh about that too because we're like, oh boy, our dog wants to be, a nature dog. But yeah, we've had a good time with like just being able to get out to the park and see stuff in the spring and summer. And then, of course, when the farmers market is in, you don't see very much of them because too many people roaming around. Um, but then, of course, we get to go down and we get to enjoy, the work of course, the farmers around the area and stuff, and corn on the cob and fresh bell peppers and all that, which is always a big, you know, to do. So we like to go down and take part in that. And then in evenings in the summer, when it's actually summer, they do movies in the park where you can go down and they'll put it up on the big screen, like at a drive-in type deal, and they'll do movies in the park here to try to, keep everybody entertained and kind of busy, and it gives you something to do as a family. So it's kind of neat. But we've picked on Tad since he's moved. I said, "Have you had any squirrels try to come and take your coffee out there?" He's like, "No, I don't see squirrels too much out here." I was like, "Oh," I said, "Well, then you're too far in town." He's like, "For the moment." So he's definitely, enjoying where he's at the moment. I am loving these little ladybugs. I really am. I think they're going to be really cute. This is the size one that I think I would probably put on a card as my mainstay and then use a smaller one to like travel around it or something. But yeah, this would be my mainstay, I think. I don't think I'd want that great big huge guy. But I knew I wanted him for the scrapbook, so. But I've done owls in bikinis with my Stampin' Up! Owl Punch. I've done hula owls. Um, I did some little gingerbreadish people. They weren't really gingerbread colored though. They were more like Eastery colored. I did like the little Easter chick head popping up on tags saying hi. Trying to get a few more things out here and worked on, and still working on using my paper stash. I still have not bought any paper yet. which I'm thankful that I have not. I mean, there's some I'd like to have, don't get me wrong, but it's another thing. I can't justify buying more paper when I have all this sitting here. Now, I won't say that I haven't bought stamps or dies. That I have done. But yeah, as far as the paper goes, I'm still using out of my stash. I have not bought any and have no plans to go buy any right now. I want to get my stash kind of used down. That way, when I buy new, I'm not bringing it in and hoarding it. I'm bringing it in and using it. I have an idea to do some little fish that you make by hand too. I've been looking and thinking on a lot of ways to use what I have already, like using my dyes and stuff to make stuff. I have not bought any stickers. I haven't bought any um, like die cut packs, anything like that. I'm trying to really be on the wary of what I buy with so much here. I just, like I said, I want to use what I have really. Um, and the price of everything going up is just oy vey. It's just a headache, I think. Uh, I know that people need to make money, and with the economy the way it is, it's rough. But I just can't. I can't go for having to spend crazy amounts of money to get something that lasts a month. You know, I mean, if it was something that was going to last me like 10 years, like a hole punch, then I might put out the money. Um, but I don't know. I'm kind of being a I don't know. Maybe is it a spendthrift? Maybe I don't know what to call it. I just don't want to waste the money when I could use it for something else. Okay, I think that side of you is done, Ladybug. Ladybug. That's what I should do. I should cut out a title for this page because I know I want to use these on a scrapbook layout, and I may make a card to go with it. Wonder if I could do. Wonder if I have enough felt for that. Now I'm thinking. I know I want to do a Mary Poppins layout at some point and a Peter Pan one. Just got to figure those out a little bit more. Okay, I see you in there. Come out of there. Thank you. Maybe. But like I was saying, I've been trying to do a few different little things on the channel, more than just the coloring and scrapbooking. That way it hopefully will breathe a little bit of life into it. I'm trying to get, and I don't know if I'll make it this year, we'll see. I'm trying to get that 500 subscriber mark where it's 500 and they stay. I know I'm pretty close. I don't remember exactly how close. But I'd really like to hit that mark and have it be a permanent mark. Because when I hit the 500, I'm planning to do a giveaway. So, but I'm not going to be crazy like a lot of folks and do a giveaway every week. I think that's a little too much. I think the way I'm going to do it's like I'll do a giveaway for 500, And then I won't do another giveaway until I reach 1,000. That way I'm not over giving away. That way people aren't showing up just for giveaways. Ah, come on, you're sticking to me and not... Whoops. Hello, Marianne. How are you? Okay, I need one more of these little things. Maybe. If I can get everything working. Okay, I don't know. Ah, paper. Okay. Okay. So here is number 4 of our ladybugs. And like I said, I don't care if it rips this paper. This was just to kind of protect the desk mat. And you won't see the back when I put them down anyway. But here's this one. So we now have 4 ladybugs done. We've got 2 huge, big Bahama Mama ones. And then we've got 2 of the medium size like that. Here's one of our huge ladies. Large and in charge. So there's those 4. I do have 2 more of the mediums cut out, but I want to move to a smaller one to show you what I mean by take a black ink pen. And that's actually what I'm going, or a black marker. And that's actually what I'm kind of looking for now. Where did my, aha. That's how come I can't see you. Come out of there, my friend. I need you. Okay, so I've made 2 different small versions. So we'll bypass the mediums for a minute, and we'll come down to the smaller. So we'll do this one first. This will give us a little different shape. So here will be our head. Here will be our little body. And then here will be our little wings this time. And for this one, I will draw on the little dots on the back of the body. But this is what I was saying. You don't really have to have any kind of special tools to make these, at least this way. Now, if you make them some other fancy way, maybe. But this way, you could definitely make it by tracing water glass, small dessert plate, medicine bottle, Coke can, anything you have that's round, technically. Okay, let me slide you a minute, Mr. Bug. Mrs. Bug, excuse me, Mrs. Bug. Ladybug, not Mr. Bug. And you just put it together the same way. The only difference would be your little dots. Ouch, hi. And I'm using wet glue because you may need to move something when you're making these in the beginning until you kind of get a groove going. I guess is what I'll call that, a groove. And then you'll know more about where you want your placement for your ladybug pieces. And as you see, I'm not gluing the entire wing. I'm only putting glue on the top part of our wing. And then just overlap it a little bit there so that it's... There we go. So there's our little ladybug, basically. And then when you are ready to do your little dots, you just come in, and for this little one, because like I said, I only have that one size hole punch. So just draw your little dots. And it might be actually kind of handier to draw them on the smaller ladybugs, because placement on this might be a little rough. Although if you have them little tweezer things, it might be okay. But there's our first small ladybug in her glory. So now we've done 3 different sizes. We've got this one, which is more with a scallop circle. We've got our, what I'm calling the medium ladybug. And then we've got the Bahama Mama of them all. And this was just, as you've seen, all I've done is use circles and then little dots that I punched out with my hole punch for these. And this little guy just had his dots drawn on. So, and he's ready to go dry, which shouldn't take too long. And then the other small version I have is more of a straight version. And these are small little circles as well. And again, same routine. You just put your glue on, like so. Take your bigger circle, overlap it onto your smaller one, press down to get your glue stuck to the other piece, like so. Then we take our little back pieces, pop a little bit of glue on them here at the top. You could glue your entire wing down if you wanted to, just to tell you, you could. I didn't want to. I think I like it where the top is kind of glued in place, but it lets the bottom of the wing kind of flow more free. So that's why I'm not. So, and then a little bit of glue on that one. Whoopsie daisy, I don't want you to overlap that far. Overlap at the top just a little. You want to leave that little bit of black underneath show. And then again, with this one, since it's so tiny that a hole punch would look ridiculous on its back, just come in and draw your little dots in. Use a gel pen, use a marker, whatever you have on hand. There you go. And there's the tiniest of them all. And I think it turned out quite cute. And you don't need special tools for this. Like I said, I mean, anything that's circular, you could draw around to make your circles. You could freehand cut them out with a pair of scissors. Most folks have scissors. For the bigger ones, for the hole punch pieces, I'm just using your regular run-of-the-mill hole punch right here. I've had this thing forever and a day, but they make hole punches all over the place. And the little ones you saw me, I just drew the little circles on their backs. I think they're cute. Like I said, I do plan to do a scrapbook layout with these, and I also may do a card. Now, this is going to be a scrapbook piece. This would not be a card piece. This is too big. So yeah. If you guys would want to come back and join me for that, I would appreciate it. I'll probably try to do the scrapbook layout piece. I'm thinking maybe that might be my live for tomorrow evening, to actually use these in the scrapbooking page to show you how I'm going to do it, and possibly even make the card tomorrow evening. Oh, thank you. The bigger ones are cut from a die set I have. Well, if I can get a hold of them all, holy moly. I'll show you what I've actually used. That great big one, the big Bahama Mama, as I call her, was actually, this is the black body. This was the red wings. And then let me find the right one. This one. This one was the head, because you want to come down a bit to make the head. Then the medium ones were actually, funny enough, that's the large, that's the big one. Then for the medium ones, here's your black body piece, here's the red body piece, and here's the head. So it was literally just a set of circles, and I didn't even use these two. But it was a set of circle dies that I used to make the big and the medium. And I'll move those aside. And of course, the hole punches were used on the back of those. I just punched out pieces from like branding strips that were black and did that. For the two littler ones, I have a scalloped. This is what I used for the scalloped one. And this is the body and the wings. And then I took this circle punch to make the head. That was the scalloped ladybug we did. Then for the teeniest ladybug that I just finished, this is your body and wings, and this is your head. So literally it could be any size circles or scallop circles, depending on if you want a frilly looking ladybug or not, that you want to use. And then you just put them together the same way each time. Like I said, I have quite a few cut out here still because I was thinking, scrapbook layout, possible card, I don't want to have ladybugs going on either side of the scrapbook layout when I do it. So, but yeah, this is just something I wanted to bring and share because I figured, everybody could probably make do it. Like I said, you just have to have something round and draw it, or punch it if you have a punch, or die cut it if you have a die cut. And it's not hard. Maybe a little time consuming, but that's it. That's just the gluing part and letting it dry. But I think it's kind of fun, and I think I'm going to try to do some more like this, where we can come in and make our own different types of embellishments. Wow. Because I have all these dies, I have these punches, I've got paper. Why not? And other than flowers, because I get stuck on flowers, and I know I do. I really like to make flowers, so. But I think this could be helpful and fun and give people possible ideas that maybe they hadn't thought of, to use what they have around and make something different out of it. Because a circle can be a circle, but it can be a lot of other things too. I mean, who knows what I'll come up with next. I mean, I've already got ideas for some of these. I can say that now. I've got ideas with the circles. I just got to figure out how to place them. So, but yeah, I thought this was a fun little idea for a live, and show people that they can make their own embellishments instead of paying top dollar. I know I'm not going to be paying top dollar like that because I think it's crazy. Yes, there's stuff I like, but top dollar is just no. I can't. We live on a limited income here, and there's no way. There's just no way. I mean, I'm a person. I save my scraps of my scrapbook paper and everything. Like I use all the extras like this. I've even done what I called scrap paper swaps in my Facebook group, even where we cut like a pocket letter size. I think it's like 2.5 by 3.5 size. And then we swap them with each other. Like I would cut like, say, I don't know, 5. We'll say 5 because that's an easy amount to cut and share. But like if you have a scrap, say you cut 5 different scraps, just the size for a pocket letter piece or for an ATC. And then you cut 5 that you are willing to share. And you take your 5 and send them to your partner, and your partner sends you back 5. And we've done that and had a really good time with it. Or we've done even what we call paper punch swaps, where I might cut out 5 of these and send this, and then 5 of these and send it, and then 5 of these and send it in a package to my partner. And they'll take 3 different punches they have and punch them out and send them to me. And we've done that. We used to have a lot of fun doing that. We did what we called a round robin punch one time, where I started and I sent 5, and the person was allowed to take 2, and then they added 5, and the next person took 2, and then they added 5, and we went around all the way until it got all the way back to me again. And then anything that was left, however many were left, okay, I had to take those and either do a scrapbook layout, a card, or make something out of it. And that was so much fun. We had so much fun. I haven't done that in a while. I might try to do that and see if anybody's interested. Because I know this month we did the pink ATC, which is we've already got partners and everybody's swapping. And then we did a washi tape sample, which everybody just got partners for and they're swapping. And then we've got, what was the third one? Oh, stamped images. We're going to do a stamped image swap in my group. And that'll be our 3 for this month. And then I've got other swaps in another couple groups that I'm part of. And so I'm definitely trying to get back into the swing. of the whole crafting side of things again too. And I'm bringing in coloring artists on my channel, their work that I find. Some of them are from Etsy, some are from Instagram, some are from Facebook, some are just, wherever I find them. And I'm showing some of their pages and then coloring maybe one or two of those in. And so that'll be happening. And I've been doing the ticket strips and I've been doing random cards to teach myself how to build my repertoire of cards I can make. So yeah, it's been a little bit busy, but I'm having fun with it. And I thought this could be another little section that I did where I come in and show how to make these little cute embellishments and trying to keep it all paper. That way nobody has to have anything special. It can all be made out of what you've got. That way you're not having to run to the store and buy this and run to the store and buy that. And this, like I said, you could take, like right now, I'm sitting beside, okay, here's a good example. It's round. That could be one of my medium-sized circles. Okay, now I need a smaller one. Guess what? Old Spice bottle. Boom. So right there is a ladybug. Don't have a hole punch? Get a black marker. Nothing says you have to do it exactly how I do it. And it's, it's a way for folks to make something that they can use, I have other ones I want to come and bring you guys and show you too, because I think they'd be fun. But I am going to finish these ladybugs here because I want to have these done. And like I said, watch my channel on May the 4th. Okay, that's not too far away. We've got 2 days. 2 days. Watch my channel. May the 4th be with you. It's a hint. I got a little happy this year. Not too happy, just a little bit. So, but we love Star Wars here, especially the old school Star Wars. We're old schoolers, yeah. So yeah, watch for that. I'm hoping. I can't say that enough. Hoping that I can get some ideas formulated to go into the fall part of the year as well. And who knows? We also want to get Rory back in here coloring. I'm trying to get her to craft a little bit, but she wants super easy projects. So mom's gonna have to find some super easy stuff we can do. So, but yeah, I figured, this would be a good way to start getting out there, start getting people to see that there's things we can do. We don't have to go buy the embellishments. We can make our own different kinds. This is just one of many ideas. And like I said, I do want to show you guys how I plan to use them. So doesn't mean everybody use them that way, but it's how I plan to. And like I said, if you don't have punches, grab out some old bottles. Draw a circle around them and cut it out freehand. That's how we used to have to do stuff. There was a time there wasn't these little dies. So have fun with it. That's it. I've been debating that. The ladybugs, I think, would annoy her because of all the little black dots. But I have a couple other ideas. And I also have an idea of a way to use washi tape and make some embellishments. So I may have her help me with that. She kind of likes the colors on the washi tape, but she doesn't like to mess with it like by itself. So I may have her try to help me with that. We'll have to see how that goes. So, but I've got lots of ideas in the brain. They're just, got to come to fruition. And I do want to do some DIYs. I know I've got some stuff stuck in my drawer over here that I want to finish getting the pieces for to make. It's just been one of those, the weather has not been working with us to get out to get the last pieces. So, yeah. And some places just don't deliver, unfortunately. So, that being said, though, I should probably quit yabba jabbing. It's already 6:06, and I know we have a show to watch tonight, me and the old Hubbers. So I don't want to be late for that. That is our Tuesday night date. So we're so fancy, you know. We watch shows at home. Uh, but no, our Tuesday night date, we watch a show called Gotham Knights. It's a new series, and it deals with the children of like Batman, the Joker. I don't remember who the other kids belong to. Harvey Dent is in it. Well, the guy that plays Harvey Dent. Which is played by Misha Collins, who was in Supernatural as Castiel. So yeah, it's a really interesting series we've gotten into watching. We haven't missed any, and I don't want to. And we had been watching the Winchesters, but I guess they only did one season in Kabooey, um, which was the younger version of the mom and dad when they were young. We enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, so we're like, you know, our movie nights and our date nights are at home. That way we can be with Brownie and Rory. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, maybe we'll do that too. We've been talking about when it gets a little warmer, grabbing our fire pit out and sitting out around the fire pit and just, you know, maybe telling some tall tales or some stories and stuff. Maybe one night we'll video that. We'll go out and sit around the fire pit and tell funnies or something, and we'll, you know, make a video of it. Because once we pull that fire pit out, man, oh yeah, I like to be out around that. I do. So, but I hope you all enjoyed the little ladybugs and the big ladybugs and the really, really big ladybugs. I'm going to go ahead and say good evening and thank you for taking time out of your evening to visit. I appreciate it greatly. And don't be afraid to try something. I mean, this was me trying something. So don't be afraid. You never know what might come out of it. If you try this, please let me know so I can see yours. Or if you do a different color or a different shape. You know, not all ladybugs have to be round. Um, so yeah. And as always, please remember, my friends, that you are amazing, you're beautiful, you're loved, and don't let anyone tell you different. Please pay it forward when you can. You don't know how soon you might need it back. Be kind. A kind word could make someone's day better. And all of us are going through something at this point, I think. And stay safe. The world's crazy enough. Let's not add to it. Thank you again for being here. I hope you enjoyed the Ladybug session. And hopefully, I'll see you all tomorrow when the actual live is. And we'll play with Ladybugs again. Till then, thank you for being here again. And I hope you have a great evening. Bye bye.